And let's go to the next session. So for today, and I think let's go to the I think why for 0 to 1 is a kind of cycle, and why cycle matters for design leadership. I think for design leadership is not a straight line, but a series from 0 to 1 cycles. So I have 3 cycles I want to share with you. The first cycle, I think for is the previous one. Thank you. Yeah, the first cycle is your fundamental skills from 0 to 1. And actually, I built this in my Amazon. I take 5 years in Amazon and building my own hard skills and software skills in Amazon. And for Amazon, we have some critical leadership training, like we have ownership and take bias for action, as just the first host just show it. So and also in Amazon, even you are a IC, and you also need to take a license like the leadership. Leadership is just one kind of company culture. You need to leadership in any kind of project you are taking. So I will show you one case in here to show me what I take from this leadership when I was IC, was an individual contributor. So actually, what I think go back to the first pages. Yeah. So I take the redesign for the Amazon in China, and when I working in Amazon the first year, and Amazon have a big redesign for the whole website. The original website is 3 columns, but they upgrading to the 2 columns. And for China markets, we will follow the global guidelines, and we find out these kind of changes, and will increase some unsatisfied click rate for the China market. So we don't think this kind of migration will taking the better performance from the China markets. So, and I proposed my design to the global team, and I find out I'm trying to balance the global product and local needs, but I find out the compromised design just face the 2 sides unsatisfied. So the global side is not all consistent, and the China market business side is not the real promo page they want to show to the customer. Especially we are competing with our big competitor like Jingdong, like Taobao. So I just felt it's kind of very no nice moments, but after we find out these different things, so I just moved to myself step award for another board size, like I do some research, and I interview just more than 100 China markets and also global markets users, and also find out they don't really care about this 3 column or 2 column. They really care about is all the information want to do the purchase decision is being shown on the pages. So for China markets, I think most users they don't know what's the best kitchen and what's the best sport they want to purchase. But for global markets, users want to do something, they will just tap the keywords and the search bar. But for China markets, they don't know what to buy. So for this kind of stage, they want to be promoted and what's the best product for my kitchen. So we just feel that they want to be promoted, and with a big brand like if there's something have a good international award, they will be make them even it's very expensive, but they will to do the click and to purchase it online. So just make this kind of research and find out the true user needs from different markets, and we promote it with our true user needs, and to make this online, like we do that, like it running for a long time A/B testing, and to find out the click rates different. So we find out finally we just think if we truly respect our user and our voice be our user list be really taken care of it, and the data we show is our we will have a positive data after we running this A/B testing. We find out it's still good to do some different markets adoptions. So I think create a localization playbook to make this best practice apply for other projects. Like we also apply for this kind of segment special treatments for the Amazon Kindle and also Amazon family promo pages. So this best case show us, and if we do nothing and you just follow the global listening and you just follow the local markets and you don't know what you're going to do, and the thing you create is something I don't think it's good, and also you don't be satisfied because both sides is not okay with that. So you just focus on the users and use your data to show and to running for the A/B testing. We're running for 1 year to make this performance is positive overwhelming win, and we're going to make this in our playbooks. I think it's a good win for me, and also I learned a lot from this project and to find out yes, you need to do some data and you need to use your data to promote yourself and to make your web certain. This is thing we're going to do. This is the data strategy we have to follow in the rest of the projects. So I think this for me is a good learning. I want to share it to all you guys in here. Yeah, for the second cycle, I think it's from a team and the system building up. As you know, if you are leaders and you have two choices. The first one is people manager, and you need to need a design groups, and you need to have your designer to be there to be the great designer, and you need to have them to be to achieving to next levels. So you need to do some performance and to do some to have them to get some resource. But the second one is you still need to be the leader for the projects, and you need to very principle for the industry you are working on, and you need to know everything about the industry, and you need to have some insights from industry, and you need to put your passion in for the industry and to leading some kind of writing or strategy thinking about it. So for me, and I think at the very first year when I was a design manager, I don't have a chance to choose I'm a leader for the project or I'm a people manager for my team. I just do the both. So for me, it's a big challenge, but I think I did it very well. And this, the first thing is I want to show a case for you is when working in ING, I just manage a design team across countries, and actually I based in Beijing, but my US designer they based in Singapore and the Philippines, and some of them were based in Shanghai. But for me, I need to manage them to achieve the main goal is I need to launch the JV Bank in China and compare it with the other banking in Singapore and the Philippines as well. So I'm a single leader based in Beijing, but my US fellows different countries, and I need to take a challenge to be the people manager. I think they are good. We have a daily meta meeting, and we also have a cool down meeting on Friday. So our communication is good. Even during this period, is we most of us are working in home because the special 3 years in China. So, but the most challenge is not about the people management. Most challenge about the design systems. We find out because the language for China, we need to do it in Chinese, but it's not about translation. The whole design system into Chinese, but also we have some features, and it's not very certain. And we need to co-work with our product owner and manage to make the feature change and adoption for China. But something is kind of common. Like in China, we do the year, monthly, and the date. But for the Philippines and the Singapore, we do the day, month, yearly, and also for the kind of address, child address, and the backstage, we just find out this your address from your ID card. But for China address, we do the country and city and the province and the zone, and then your street and your room numbers. But in our side, China is opposite. So this kind of all confusing, and they make us understanding if we do it one by one, we adjust it one by one, because my US gentlemen, the most of them don't speak Chinese, and they don't realize this kind of confusion. So I need to do the design review with them one by one, and to find out the most frequent errors can be fixed by the design system. So I just jump into the design system, like ING Asia. We have a global design system called the Orange Juice, and but we don't have our design system adoption for the Chinese markets. So I just jump into the design system Scrum team, and to providing my assets to the design system to translate all the language. I provided the Chinese font and the Chinese for the apps, and also provided I also translated the copyright guidelines for the to put it on our design system as well. And then we find out like the year, months, and date, and like the ID information and Chinese address and different with the international address. I also put it in the design assets for the design system. So this will solve a lot of communication issues. So from this step, we find out we don't need to do something one by one or individual by individual or page by pages. We have our design system. If you contribute your more energy into the system and all the things, and you can just fix it well. So this helped me find out you need to think logical and use your tuning, use your tuning to help you to solve some specific issues and to have your speed up your productivities. I think it's a good learning for myself, and I just did it very well. So this is cycle 2. I moved from there to 1, and the last is from the leadership to innovation. I think I'm still in this. I want to take a very a lot of things a successful project, but I think I want to show to my fearless when I'm working in Citibank. So this is a very challenging period for me because you know, I'm the top US in China. I'm the only VP in China to leading the US UI design parts for the digital banking. But actually, I don't have a UI US designer working for me. I only run 3 agencies, and the 3 agencies is also top agency from China, like the Arc Design, like the Infinity Design, like the US School. I just running the 3 top agencies in China. Not 3 top, it's 1 top, and the other is kind of different. Quotation is different. So we just running the 3 agencies working for me, and we have different US designer working for me because the agency provided them to me in different time. So this is my challenge number 1. I do not have my hands-on designer working for me. And the second is the leadership in China, in Citibank China. Like my manager, they don't work. They don't know design anyway. I don't think they have a kind of knowledge about the UX. Maybe they know something about design, like the graphic design, like the marketing design, but they know nothing about the UX design. So I needed to do some UX enabling for my manager and also my secret managers in China. So this is second challenges. Then the last one is our product owner. Actually, they are not product owner. They are project manager. So I don't think this they own the product decision. They want you to do some product decision for the projects. So this the whole different situation is in Citibank I'm facing, and for this project, because the regulator requirements, we need to launch an orderly model for the China markets apps. But the orderly model is quite simple. You can make the icon enlarge and you can the font enlarge. It's simple, but for this situation, I cannot move one step into next because the design system is not running by our team in China. It's running by the regional in Singapore. I just communicate with them. Also, they are good. They will just accept if I have do some design system change, and they can say okay for it. The second is my product owner want to adopt another design strategy from the Taiwan team, which is very old, which is 5 years ago, and it's quite different with our UI looks like here. But they think they will to save a lot of engineering budget for the project migration to China markets and to fulfill the regulator requirements. But actually, for Chinese markets, they don't want to see the older version like 10 years ago, like the Windows, this kind of style UI in China. So that's instead, no, we cannot do that. Even it's saving our budget, but it's largely how our China markets users in here. So I just do a quick poll tab to make the understanding if we do the data system, and it's also very simple for engineering to understanding, and it's not easy. It all will cost too much mandates for the engineering team to achieve it. But unfortunately, the engineering team is based in India. I don't know how many people have co-work with them, but I think for co-work with them, they make the things more complicated, but for my side. But so the very first the beginning communication, we spend so many time to actually I do the design for in 1 weeks, but for the communication explaining of the design, and I do the 1 month and 3 months and 3 months. So the whole project only 2 pages, and for the migration to the developer, and I spent about two round of cycles. The first one is three months. The second one is 3 months for the code freeze. So I think it's kind of exhausting my energy, but and finally it launched. From this one, I think I want to share my. I think it's not a good success project, but I want to share when you're jumping in some environment which is very you don't have a design leader. You don't have a leader to understand design, and you don't have a solid product owner, and you don't have a good, very good communication engineering team, and you don't have your own designers, and how you can manage your project and moving step to the results which is what you want and what's your expected. I think for the last result it's good, but for the whole process is super painful for me. So so I'm still working on this part from the how to do the innovation, and currently I'm working the AI design for Lenovo, and for the AI design is very kind of I think everybody's talking about AI design right now, but for my team, and we just do the AI innovation for the software, and no, I don't think it's kind of we have so many good competitors like the Ali, like the Baidu, and like the outside countries. But for Lenovo, the AI for all is the company strategy we need to follow up. And for Lenovo, we have also our challenge is Lenovo is a company focused on industry design. Actually, when I joined the design team, and they told me we have 100 designers in our design team. But when I jump in, I find out majority of them is industry design, and only less than 10 people is working for the software like the US design. So I just jump in here, and first is I enlarge my group, and now my team is about half of the designers I bring when I join in, and then we can find out the original design from Lenovo is kind of do the implementation, like when you product designer, you have a feature want to achieving, and the designer have you do the wireframe and to do it step by step to make it happen. But they don't think about does it help for you for your user, that it really improve the OS design experience, and how this feature conflict with another feature, and how user to handle this kind of inconsistency. So the designer mindset need to switch up, and I find out it's very you know, if you're hiring a designer is very few pages, and you can coach them step by step to follow your steps. But if you have some experienced designer, they also working over 10 years in Lenovo, and even most of them is more experienced than me, but you want to make switch their mindset into this innovation side. I think is it's still very hard for me. I want to do them in our one-on-one meeting talk to make it step by step, but only half of the designer can be switched successfully, and also half of the need to. I will think about another way for them. So we do our both side choice, and for I think it's good for us. I'm still on the process, and I will to keep sharing my knowledge, and when I'm working all around all years in Lenovo. So for today, I want to share for 0 to 1 is not a straight line, and you have a 0 at your very beginning, and then you have your 1, and your sometime over your 10 years. It's not a 2. Actually, it's kind of different angles, and if you like me, I'm still for move the implementation to a Lenovo team. I'm still in the 0 part, but I wish I to achieve it to the 1 part. So I wish everyone understand it, and if which kind of cycle you want to improve for yourself. I just list the 3 cycles. The first is foundation, the second is about the system thinking, then the third one is from implementation to innovation parts. So I think that's for my cycle for today. And I also want to some takeaways from the leadership principles. And we have 3 principles I want to show in today. The first one, I think everyone understands the data as components, and like the we do the call to action connect rate data A/B testing in Amazon. We can find out data is the best friends, and you can use it to supporting yourself and to make you more confident about your presentations. And also we need to do some emphasis for the users. And if you don't emphasize for user and like a Citibank, and you will just listen to your project manager and will adopt the Taiwan's 3 years and the design team's solution, and the Chinese market will say, oh no, this is not Citibank's apps. So the second part is about the localization. It's not equal to the it's not a translation only. It's a kind of cultural aspect. So I think it's a bigger project, and I also conduct papers to write down my source. And you know, when I'm working in Amazon, and they do the Thanksgiving send UI for US, but for China we don't do the festival. So I don't want to migration this kind of style into China market. So we do the Lunar calendar for China specials. I think it's more good for our markets, but I need to explain for both sides what's the lunar candidate and why it's important, and what kind of main UI we want elements we want to promote. So this is learning from the Amazon. And also as I find out global design is not a foundation, it's just a rigid rule book, and you just learn it, and you can just adoption for your design in China markets, and it's good for me to learning from this part. So I just have be also at the HCII International Conference, and in 2021-23, I just promote my papers like the constant or global design system and local user experience design. No matter the local design go international or international go to the localization, I think it's both sides. It's not just a simple translation issues. The last principle I want to show is about actually I think someone may say you have your one, and you just be a leader and just be a design manager and just be the top US in China, but actually I still in the one steps. So but I will continue talking with my US fellows, and also I will do some communication with China's apps, and we will continue to action. Is I will mentor 3 female XD designers, and some is from my team and some is from the outside of the team, and I also promoted to juniors to leaders, like when I work in energy, and also I also working in the startups. And also I want to I will do some sharing about the female US leadership and workshop in city, and we have so many US members join, and most not most one from him is also has some male to join us workshop as well. So I think the message I want to share for today is the previous one. But yes, and let's go to the next part. And I want to share about what the challenges are you facing now, and I also want to hear your story. And if you're newcomers, and what's your deal might be, and if you're new leaders, and what your deal might be. I'm not a director, but I just want to share your story and my story together, and to find out the challenge we're facing might be the similar, but the treatments is quite some kind of we can share your story and find out I can be experienced, and this is good for today, this is good for the 1 hour we can learning from here. So yeah, thank you. I think that's all from my part.
Thank you so much, Zhifang, for sharing your personal story. As we always know, being leader should respect their culture and also to empower the designer to grow. And right now, we're moving to our last part as Q&A. I will hand over my mic to our co-organizer, Bo, and she will leading this Q&A session.